Alright, today got a good one here. As you can see from the title, doing vocab, short for vocabulary. Sometimes we just have to hammer through some new vocabulary words just to slowly expand your vocabulary. I love doing slang, love doing the normal stuff, the cooler stuff, but this is useful to get, to really get up to that next level. So all these, I'm thinking of you guys here, And these are useful words. I'm not just pulling them out of a dictionary at random. They're the kind of words that even some kind of lower educated native speakers might not know. They've probably heard them, but they just might not know. So I want to teach you those words, but they're actually used a lot. If you go to university, your professors will certainly use them. If you read, you're going to read them. But if you're just kind of talking with your friends, they probably won't use them that much, but some of them will if they're a little more educated. But anyway, ambiguous, ambiguity, and arbitrary. So really there's two words that we're talking about here. These ones are connected. They come from the same root word. They're just, used in a different part of speech, so they have the same meaning. It's really the same word, but it's just used differently. So I'll show you what I mean. So the point of, if something is ambiguous, it means that the meaning is not clear. You don't know what the real meaning behind an ambiguous statement is. The meaning's kind of hidden. So you don't know what the point, the purpose that the person's getting at. So a good example is, imagine you go out on a date with a girl, right? And you don't hear from her, and you don't know how it went. You think maybe it was good, maybe it wasn't that good. I don't know if she had a good time. And then 2 days later, she sends you a text message, and you read it, and it says, "Thanks, I had an interesting time." She said, that was interesting the other night. So you might be thinking, well, wait a second, like good interesting in a good way, or interesting because I did something weird? The point is you just don't know. So if someone sends you a text message and you think, wait a second, do you mean good by that, or do you mean bad? Like if I said, so what do you think of my painting? And you say, well, that's, that's very interesting. I mean, that's very ambiguous. There's a lot of ambiguity there, because what do I mean interesting? Like, do you like the painting or don't you? It's not clear what I really mean. So anytime something is not clear, like the meaning is, like the sentence makes sense, but you don't know what the person means, that is ambiguous. When the meaning is not clear, the meaning's not clear, you can say there's a lot of ambiguity with that statement. When the president talks, he intentionally, purposely speaks with a lot of ambiguity because he doesn't want to get caught promising something and then not doing it. So every time you listen to him speak, you think, I don't really know what he means, because he didn't really, he said a lot of words, but he didn't really say anything. It's kind of like he might do that, might not. It wasn't very clear exactly what's going to happen, so it's very ambiguous. Great word. So next one, arbitrary. Something is arbitrary. It means that there is a rule, but there's no real reason for the rule. There's not a lot of logic behind it. It's just kind of someone made it for some random reason. Like for example, in the US, I believe in most states in the US, to drink alcohol, you have to be 21 years old to buy it. Of course, younger people can figure out how to get it illegally, but the point is, you got to go in, with your license, driver's license, and prove that you are 21 if you want to buy alcohol. Why 21? Why not 20? Why not 22? Why not, I know why not 6 probably, but why exactly 21? It's arbitrary. Someone had to make a line somewhere and say, this is the cutoff point. Over here is okay, and behind there is not okay. So anytime where there's a rule like that, it's very arbitrary. Someone just sort of made it up, and it didn't have to be that way. They just sort of drew a line and said, this is, I'm just going to pick the rule starting here. If you're over this, then, like if you're over 21, you can buy alcohol. If you're under 21, you cannot. Why exactly 21? No reason. It's arbitrary. I just had to pick some number in order to make my rule. Could have picked a different one, but I didn't. So that's what arbitrary means. 2 great words. Hope you learn them. I'm going to write the definitions and good examples clearly on the website. Hope to see you there.